swear to God, I know it sounds crazy, but like these podcasts make me feel like I'm back home.
I get what you mean. Like honestly, it really does feel like you're not even far away, man.
Honestly,
Hey, yo, welcome back, man. Welcome back, episode 3. We're back here. We're back again. So much love out there, man. People are just showing love, and that's just amazing to see all that happen. You know what I mean? Like,
we're being hella consistent with it too, actually.
Yeah, exactly. That's this episode. What's episode in Swahili?
I have to look it up.
Enough about me. I think I've just been taking a bigger role here.
So, last episode especially, I think.
Yeah.
Very oriented and very thin. What's the word? It had a thin theme to it, right?
Yeah.
We could skip through what episode is in Swahili. I mean, for the people that want to know, I'm getting a lot of different translations. So Tukio would be another one I'm getting is Sehemu.
Oh, Sehemu. Yeah. Oh, actually, that's what they put, bro, on this tamthilia. Like, tamthilias or stuff. Like they put Sehemu ya Kwanza, Sehemu ya Pili, Sehemu ya Tatu.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Hii ni sehemu ya tatu, wapenzi watazamaji wa Dobas tena. Hii ni podcast yetu.
Podcast in Swahili now. Now I'm interested. Might as well look up everything, right?
Bro, we were told to write poems in Swahili.
Crazy.
I'm telling you. That's why I was channeling in my inner, rap game. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you gotta.
Crazy. I could never.
But honestly, that shit kind of worked well. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, haba na habo, just a kibaba. You know what I mean?
Did you know, by the way? Swahili is the most spoken language in Africa.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's actually a lot more famous than we give it credit for. Because I feel like we're just so casual about it, but it's the most spoken language in Africa.
Yo, people who don't speak Swahili, bro, you'll be glad if you know how to cuss in Swahili, bro. That shit hurts. Like I always tell this guy out here, when he curses in Swahili, he would say that, and that shit will hurt you. Like
oh my God.
I'm like, dude, can you just go back to
like here, like no one really understands Swahili, right? Obviously, like unless I'm talking to like friends, but like if I'm by myself and I'm like cussing, no one understands what I'm saying. So like that's the most liberating feeling. Like like obviously I can't say it, but
yeah, I get what you mean.
It's the most liberating feeling. So obviously we're starting to talk about kids.
Love me kids though, by the way. I mean hanging around them. Hanging with kids is cool, bro. I'm just kids are the most What is he trying to say, bro? I'm just saying. I love me kids, bro. Like, I mean, in a good way, though. Like, damn, that shit sounded weird, though. The first time I was like, damn, I love me some kids.
I'm glad you realized. I was like, I hope I'm not dragging it, right? Yeah. When you think about your dating life, if you had to explain it to me, how would you describe it? What would be the things that bring you joy in it? If you're obviously confident.
Personally, I think I've evolved
in
how I kind of understood dating and how I took it seriously. Like I came to realize that the more I grew older, the more I grew.
Kiingereza kimekuja na meli.
Yaani napozidi kukua kusema kweli. Mimi mambo ya kudate nilikuwa sichukulii serious sana. Part of it's I started boarding school when I was 4 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy, by the way. That's absolutely crazy.
I was in another city.
Yeah.
And my moms and dads used to work in refugee camps.
Yeah.
So up north Tanzania, like Kigoma and stuff, and that was somewhere near Shinyanga and Mwanza. I don't know how far that is, but by 4, I was going to a boarding school. Not because like I was, because like out there in the Western, if you go to boarding school, it's because your behavior, your character is not that good.
It's like a place where you go get reformed.
Exactly. Out here, my reason was because moms and dads couldn't get time to like handle me with me, and nobody was there like that they could trust as much. 4 years old, I'm in boarding school. Moms used to take me to school, and the reason why I'm building this up, I want you to understand where I'm coming from, right?
Oh, for real,
Very.
you're gonna give us like a whole.
Exactly. So,
Let's have,
fast forward. Yeah, fast forward. This is how my mom used to leave me at school. Like she tells me, "Hey, I'm going to washroom one time. I'll
yeah,
come back for you, and just we'll be out here."
step.
And
Oh,
then it's like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, four. I'm like, what? Yeah, the shot. Don't mess that. I know, show doka. So you keep on building some different mechanism that helps you survive an environment that's a little bit too early for you to be independent, and that kind of makes you a whole different person. Fast forward to dating, most of the relationships I had at first were at school.
yeah.
And I don't know if you know about boarding school, the way I went, you cannot really do as much, man. Yani huwezi utafanya nini bana unataka kumnunulia mandazi. Umnunulia mandazi ili weje sasa. There's nothing exciting. If you're gonna go out of your way, is probably just buy her stuff.
You know what's
Yeah.
crazy? I think
Mm.
everyone is going to have like a different journey with how they started dating. I think this story is actually really nice to listen to, in my opinion.
Exactly. I put it in casa like slowly, like send her a text. Sometimes leave a note in her desk and then just leave away because I was shy. I was a shy kid, by the way, growing up. So you realize if I spend 3 months at school, I spend 1 month at home, and mind you, I have curfews, I have all this stuff growing up. I don't really have time to take a girl out. Where am I learning the importance of me taking her to a date? What's that's gonna mean to her? You get my point? It's about meeting up, making out a little,
Of the time that you have.
yeah, hanging out here and there. I don't have that much money to say I'm gonna take her somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I got into dating. Out slowly as I went through high school, because that's when I went to a day school, and that's when slowly I started seeing the value of it, but it never clicked as much.
If you really think about it, it's like you're
Yeah.
also trying to figure out how like this makes sense for you as you go through it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you have a change of environment and then you have to
Yeah.
figure out how this works in this environment, it's different.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. And after years of experience, you kind of understand. Oh, okay. So this means much to them. This is how they would want to feel,
Yeah,
once they dated. And
yeah,
then you keep on adjusting layers and layers and layers.
yeah,
I mean, then you end up to being, you know what? Let's go out. Let me take you out for dinner, whatever it is. Let's have a chill time to ourselves. And
yeah.
that's not like a thing you have when you just introduced to relationships or something.
And the thing is, I think everyone has a different experience with it, and I think it also
Definitely.
differs with where you're from.
Totally very important. Very,
Exactly.
very important.
What you had is different from what I had, but
Exactly.
had is different from like what someone from Kamloops would have. At the end of the day, we're all just trying to maneuver through and what works with us. Like,
Yeah.
no matter like how different the experiences we had.
Yeah.
So I think it's an interesting thing, actually.
Yeah. Exactly.
Would you say like from like back in the day, let's
Yeah.
say 20 years ago?
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
not
Wow.
going
Wow.
far away. Like two, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
dating in 2003 and
Mm.
right now, is like, do you think that the things people do you think they're the
Mm.
same, or do you think
Things have evolved, man. Things have evolved.
evolved in
The
what?
tech coming in has really saturated a lot of these things. 2003, I don't think there was Tinder. I don't know. I don't
Of
think so.
course, I think
Do you
Tinder.
know?
Let me see when Tinder was founded. The thing is, right? Tinder was founded in 2012, by the way. So
Oh.
probably like
Oh.
11 years ago.
Yeah.
It's crazy
Yeah.
how that app has evolved because
Exactly.
from how it used to be, oh, it's supposed to help people with dating, and now it's just a hookup app. Like, no matter
Exactly.
what anyone tells me, it's a
Yeah.
hookup. What anyone says,
Ah.
it's a hookup app, and that's like, I'm just
You're
keeping
right.
it a buck, bro. Like,
You're right.
I'm keeping it a
You're
buck.
right.
It's a hookup app, and that's most of the dating apps aren't even
Yeah.
dating apps anymore. They're hooking up apps.
We human beings,
Mm-hmm.
as we said, we need to tap in our nature, and part of that is socialization with the people that we around us.
Pause. Pause right there. Pause right there. I
Hmm.
have two things to say that. First of all,
Yeah.
wouldn't you argue that these hookup apps are helping us connect to nature because the point of
Mm.
the app is for you to meet a person, right? So like
Yeah.
however you go about it, unless unless it's people meeting at their places, which I know way too many people are doing, obviously. There's a lot of people who actually try, like to meet for coffee or meet at a park. Couldn't you argue that it does help you connect to nature in a sense? Or even meeting a person would be connecting to nature in a sense.
Let's reverse that.
Okay.
So you go into a coffee shop and just meeting somebody.
Now pause. That was going to be my second point. The thing is, the reason why we're even having this conversation about Tinder is because we don't have third spaces, which is what I wanted to talk about, right? Like, if you think about it, you have your workspace and your home, and every other third space that exists, we have to pay for.
True.
Right?
True.
You go to a coffee shop, as much as it is getting a coffee, it's not expensive. But you have to pay for it. And the other thing is, though, if you do go to a coffee shop, right? Everyone's so immersed with tech, bro. Someone's on the computer. People have their AirPods in. No one's talking to nobody, bro. I promise. The other place you can go to talk to people is a club or a bar, right?
Yeah.
But then you have to pay for it, right?
Definitely. Do you think part of this is because of the reason of like, you gotta work for your shit. You gotta make sure by this time you have 1, 2, 3. So everybody's super laser focused in trying to make sure they want to attain that. And since now you can do a lot of things with your tech and still have the same enjoyment, people substitute that to human interaction. Exactly. And now it's just tough to have.
You're right, actually. I think we're using a lot of tech as replacement for our lives because of the feelings that it gives us, right? Mm-hmm. Which it shouldn't be that way. But that's a different topic.
Definitely.
Topic. We're here to talk about relationships today and how Tinder's running the game.
Worst story on Tinder? Your worst story on Tinder?
Oh, for real? Oh, we're going there. I guess I have a story, but it's not that bad.
Yeah,
like, it's really not that bad. I think just to my standards, I just didn't like it, I guess. My God. You're making me... All right, I'm not going to mention any names, obviously.
Cool.
The thing is, right? So, I matched with this girl. Conversation was good. Wait, actually, pause real quick. There's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing bad that happened. I promise you. The only bad thing happened. It was just the sex was ass, bro. That's really it. I feel like such a hater because nothing really was wrong. Like, it's my worst Tinder story because like I didn't like it, right? But like, there's nothing wrong with it. I promise you. There's nothing that happened that was bad. I promise you. And I even feel bad for.
Well, was it in Arusha?
Huh?
Was it in Arusha?
Oh. Yeah, Arusha, all the episodes I had like on Tinder were good, I guess. Like the little like matches that I got were nice.
Yeah.
This one story, like it even sounds like I'm being a dickhead because like the only thing that was wrong with it was the fact that the sex wasn't great. But that's it.
Like everything prior to that was okay.
Yeah, it was all right. Like the conversation was I just sound like I'm being a hater. Just that day, I was down bad as well. I don't know what to saying.
Have I answered the question, by the way, that you asked me about dating and stuff?
I guess, yeah. I mean, because we're talking about if there's a difference, right?
Okay.
You said obviously there's gonna be, and because of tech, right? Which is
exactly.
That's a good point. I wanted to talk about like in terms of the way it's casual. Right? Like nowadays, like the term dating is so casual. Like everyone's doing it. Everyone's so casual about it. Do you think it was the same 20 years ago? Like 2003?
I would say there's three things, probably, maybe. Culture, religion, and society, whatever it is. Maybe it's in culture, but all I'm just trying to say is those three things were really playing a bigger part into defining how you should, be dating someone.
Yeah.
And if you're from this culture, the things you gotta observe, the things you gotta make sure they're happening. If you're from this society, exactly the things that you guys give a shit about that this society doesn't give a shit about. And
Yeah.
once you're dating, you gotta make sure that shit is right there.
Yeah.
Religion, again, that they have their own process. So I
Yeah,
think there were clear lines of how things define how we date. And now you bring in technology.
I think it has to depend with how it depends with how you two define it, right? I think that's what's most important.
True.
How you two define everything is how everything is going to work, right?
True.
Yeah. So like, and I think that's would be the biggest difference would be I think society had more of a say in how people were dating before and how like
exactly
defined.
Tech has really ruined it. Tech.
You think it's ruined?
To some point.
Basically what you're saying is it's harder to date now because of
comparison, bro. Like, and it's
the comparison thing has always existed though.
True, but now it's just right here, and you compare with people who clearly, some of them are just acting up, some of them are just faking it. Boss, you take your girl to Dubai today, you're not there yet, bro. Like, relax. Just start with Starbucks, start with like whatever it is, whatever is there. Like, as an I those and take her to Edos, bro. She can have that chase my eye, and that shit will slap.
I mean, what's most important is the time that you guys spend, right?
You see what you said right now? Yeah. I hope like people just get to clearly understand that.
What do you think about splitting the bill, Phineas?
Splitting the bill?
Yeah.
I came to realize.
Go ahead.
Culture actually plays a role in that. Do you know that?
That is true.
And having an experience with some women in different cultures, some of them value them splitting the bill, some of them don't. Personally, I make sure even she's the one who asked me out. Like, I have as much as I can with me, just in case.
Well, what do you think about the people who think if she asks, then she pays for the date?
She might ask she might ask in a way that you're gonna pay.
Like, in what way?
True.
Nothing's ever truly 50-50 anyway. So like what I mean by that is there's always going to be like it fluctuates differently depending on the person you're with, like what dynamic you guys want, obviously, but obviously just find whatever works for you, which is the most important thing, right?
True.
I can come on here and preach about it being 50-50 or whatever, but if it doesn't work for you, then you're not living my life. Like this isn't for you, Find whatever works for you. And if you like to be the pleaser and that's it, shout out you.
Otherwise, man, we appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Trust me, every week, 2 episodes. That's what we promise right now, according to our schedule and work. Today was a little bit light. I mean, I know y'all had a great time on episode 2. We keep on telling you the versatility of what we can keep on conversing out here. It's just unmatched. Yeah.
Unmatched.
Yeah. I don't want to pull that up a lot because I don't want people to just keep on making
that. Just basketball people, right?
Yeah, exactly. You got anything to say?
Yeah, shout out everyone that's obviously watching for real. We're going to keep it consistent because people like it. So appreciate the love and until next time.